The crew worldwide, from Cali to Twitter, real hardcore fans, boxing ass niggas, consistency cops, police the views, we'll pull up receipts for any debate you choose. Shout outs to Clanarchy for the dope production. Ring Gang stay with the best discussions.
Ring Gang Radio.
Yeah, what's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where, as always, the shit's real, we talk about it. I'm your host for tonight, Patscorpio, the New England representative, and as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do? LB, Lauderdale boss, Shutterworth da Gawd, aka GOAT artist, on Real Talk with RingGangRadio.com.
Yes, sir.
Soul Wars.
Yes, Ring Gang's in the house, as always. And as always, I also got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what up? You already know this your boy P, Bodega Boxing in the building. Let's get it.
Yeah, straight from the bodega. You know, I say now we on this show, you know what I mean? So that's what it is. So yeah, we're on the eve, of a fight of one of boxing's biggest superstars, regardless of what people say. You know, this man is still one of the biggest fighters in the world. Of course, we're talking about Gennadiy Triple G Golovkin, as he has a fight Saturday night at Madison Square Garden, live on DAZN, and he will be gunning for an IBF Middleweight title belt that he got unfairly stripped of a year ago against, the guy who's forever number one contender, Sergey Derevyanchenko. I mean, it's the truth. Like, it's showing how this motherfucker find his way as being number one. Like, he's number one this, number one that. Like, this is his second shot at the belt. And
he has no type of standout performance that you can go back to either. Like,
I mean, he has that one. I mean, the Sam Sullivan fight. That's probably the one
standout performance.
Yeah.
I didn't ask you for a standout performance for like come on. This nigga said Sam Sullivan. Like, what year is this? Is this what, 2011? Like, hold on, that's even too far. Like, nah, is this 2004? 2005?
Oh my god, I like Derevyanchenko. I'm not gonna shit on him.
We talking about a guy who was around when Winky was still fighting.
Yeah, that's true. Man, that's very true. I mean, that's his only.
I thought you would have mentioned the Kalke fight, but that wasn't even stand up.
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was stand up for all the wrong reasons. I was gonna get to that in a little bit. But I mean, in terms of a fight where he actually looked dominant, I mean, there was two. It's the Sam Sullivan fight and the Torreno Johnson fight. Actually, Torreno Johnson fight actually is probably his best performance. Because that was a slow beating.
Yeah, he really went at Johnson on that shit. Like, yeah, that's really his style at his pinnacle.
Yeah.
He didn't have all that in the Jacobs and the Kalke fight.
No, not at all. And like I said, the Jacobs fight was his first shot at the belt, and it was a pretty good script. It's probably HBO's last real good fight that they aired prior to going out of boxing. They went at it for 12 rounds, man. And Derevyanchenko unfortunately came up short via a split decision. Two judges scored that fight. I think it was like 115-112 for Jacobs, and one of them, Julie Letterman, with her infamous scorecard, scored at 114-113 for Derevyanchenko. You can see that.
I don't know. I mean, the knockdown.
Well, the knockdown was kind of a flash because I mean, it wasn't like he got knocked like really on his ass.
But, I mean, it's a knockdown, whether it's a flash or not, man. Like,
a flash knockdown is still a knockdown.
Yeah, I mean, you're not gonna get any disagreement from that, But I mean, either way, he still took it to Jacobs, though. I mean, there was
he did. Like, it was a good fight. I felt like Jacobs edged it out, but he had to work for it.
Hell yeah, he did. Because them niggas were sparring partners before, and I think they shared the same trainer, but the trainer was in Jacobs' corner that night, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was the story.
Yeah, he said if he was in Derevyanchenko's corner that he would have won.
Right. So I mean, at least he put up a respectable showing. So I mean, that's what we asked for. And then after that, he's only had one fight, which is LB just mentioned, the Jack Culcay fight. Now, this is obviously it was the co-main event to probably one of PBC's worst offerings of the year. And this card ran super long. Like I stayed up to fucking 2 o'clock in the morning to watch this shit.
Why would you subject yourself to that?
Nigga,
I mean, that was about the only decent fight on the card, though.
I know.
It actually was. It was the co-main to Peter Quillen and Caleb Truax, and that shit just like well after like 1 or 1:30 or something, or 2 o'clock. Something it started mad late, and that shit even go barely went 2 rounds before I got stopped because there was no contest. Man, I was pissed. I wasted my time doing that shit. I could have been doing something less constructive. But he was on there and he did not look good. And that was surprising. I mean, Culcay is someone who I don't really think highly of either. I mean, yes, he had that fight with Boo Boo, and he kind of he put the pressure on late, but it was too late. In this fight, what was surprising was Culcay was actually hurting Derevyanchenko. Like he was hurting him more than Jacobs was hurting him.
Yeah.
Culcay was rocking him and then when Derevyanchenko gassed. I thought he was gonna get stopped for a minute because he was like he looked all out of sorts, but I think he banked enough rounds early to get the decision. But ever since that fight, I was like, man, this dude looked real shaky. And then now he's going into the ring with probably one of boxing's most prolific punchers, and a dude that has a steel cast iron chin. So, I mean, how do you guys see this fight going? Like, what do you think of this guy's chances Derevyanchenko's match against Gennadiy Golovkin? That's long side, P.
It almost sounds like he about to say this to Curtis Stevens 3.0. I mean, Lemieux was Curtis Stevens 2.0. So now I feel like we got a guy who does a little bit of both of their strengths.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he doesn't have like he might not have like the big one punch type of power Stevens has, at least with the catch and counter, that left hook.
Mm-hmm.
Even Lemieux got the crazy power too, but it's like he boxes better than both guys.
Yeah. That's also true.
So yeah, I mean, I think it's gonna be more competitive in those 2 fights. So.
Yeah, I do think because Derevyanchenko does, he is a thinker, so it's not like whereas Lemieux he wades in a lot.
Plotter.
Oh God. It'll be competitive in spurts, but I just think Golovkin is just on another level. I don't see Derevyanchenko giving Golovkin that much of a tough fight.
I mean, you'd be surprised how many people think the opposite. I mean, because everyone's pretty much basing, everyone of course watched the Steve Rolls fight just to see what Golovkin would do with Jonathan Banks in his corner, and pretty much that fight was just. I think it was just a fight just to try to apply what he learned, and 2 to work out like the kinks or whatever. But Rolls had some had some brief success, landing some shots on Golovkin before he got his equilibrium scrambled. But the detectives are like, oh, Triple G, he got hit by Steve Rolls,
And none of those punches did anything to him. So the fuck.
Yeah,
so he was hurt by Steve Rolls. Like, okay, he took a couple of shots.
It's boxing, guys. It's boxing.
It's box.
It's box.
It's box. Thank you very much, Mox.
you get hit in box. You fight, you box. You get hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
Niggas that like this was like Chop and Kodo or some shit. Like, no.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I'd be alarmed if Steve Rolls was legitimately lighting Golovkin up and it was happening over multiple rounds. Then I'd have a side eye and thinking like, God damn, the triple god is declining. Not to say that I don't think he isn't. I mean, but it's not like a pronounced like he's aging. I mean, when you're not on roids, you age, your body ages naturally. that's a perfect example. He's a clean living athlete. So,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, yeah, it's
He'll put hands on Golovkin, though. I feel like it's gonna be like a hybrid of a Martin Murray fight and the Lemieux fight.
yeah.
I think Golovkin gonna utilize. He's gonna do the jab, but I feel like he's gonna maybe be in the trenches with him too. So I think that's how Derevyanchenko gonna get his hits.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be curious on how Andre Rozier is gonna actually prepare Derevyanchenko for this fight. Because I mean, Triple G has it depends. Will Triple G go back to actually his body work? I mean, before he was a body puncher.
I mean, it's going to be interesting because I know that Rozier, is very familiar with Golovkin because of how he trained with Jacobs. He was there with Jacobs when Jacobs fought Golovkin. However, Jacobs is not Derevyanchenko. They are two totally different fighters. So you can't use what you used for Jacobs in the Golovkin fight with Derevyanchenko because they have two different skill sets and two different tools. One's not going to work for the other.
Right. Exactly. And
especially when your ass lost the other fight, nigga. What the fuck?
Right.
I was like, when the people were like, well, Shane Mosley was making Pacquiao miss. I'm like, yeah, and he got dropped and looked scared as fuck the whole fight. Like, big deal.
Yeah, exactly. People don't look to see the big picture sometimes, man.
Yeah, like, they take one little thing. Like, even with the Martin Murray fight, like, people forget about that fight, but Martin Murray putting hands on Golovkin too, but a lot of them were those little close, little shimmy type of inside shots.
Right.
There were no real, let me dig the body, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then Golovkin ended up slaughtering him like over the last like 2 or 3 rounds. Like,
yes,
shit was sickening to watch.
Yeah, he beat his ass down in them last, like, because everybody's like, oh, he's the guy who took Golovkin the longest. Like, yeah, but at what cost?
Yeah, he got destroyed in that fight.
Like career ruined pretty
much.
And this is after them getting robbed the middleweight title earlier.
Facts. And like I said, and I mean,
you can say I think more than once.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be interesting. Like Derevyanchenko, I mean, also too, I mean, as we were talking offline, P is like, dude is a lot shorter than he appears than his 5'9". So you're wondering if Rozier actually has like has a plan to avoid that weird overhand right that Triple G has. I mean, we all know the skull crusher.
Oh yeah, that chicken wing, like left hook right there. He do it with both hands, ain't it?
Yeah. Never mind the fact that Derevyanchenko does not move his head whatsoever.
Hell no.
Nah, he just covers up and just goes forward.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be because, if Triple G starts learning that shit, I mean, he doesn't move his head. I could see that shit ending probably with 3 rounds.
But it's going to be interesting to see because I think Derevyanchenko has good pressure at times. So I wonder if he's going to pressure Golovkin, if he's going to try to back him up.
He should.
Because Golovkin, I don't think is great going backwards, but I don't know how long Derevyanchenko can do that for because I don't think he's as physically strong as Golovkin. So.
And just going back to the Koke fight, like he gassed in that fight.
Yeah, that's the other thing. His stamina.
Pressure.
His stamina is not that good.
Yeah, exactly.
Because his style requires him to actually put a lot of effort. Like same thing with Sean Porter. Like, and Sean Porter really, you see the effort he puts in, and his stamina is still good. Like, and Derevyanchenko, with all that pressure, it's like he kind of times out around the 9th round or so.
Right, and it doesn't help that his reach is not as long as Triple G's, shorter than Triple G, So yeah, he has to, in order for him to actually win this fight, and he's not fleet-footed, so he can't like move in and out. He can't do any stick and move or anything like that. He's gonna have to work for it.
Yeah, basically he's gonna be eating shitload of jabs.
Yeah. I mean, if there's one thing that an Emmanuel Disciple trainer loves to do is emphasizes the jab. The jab.
You emphasizing that on Golovkin, it's like that jab is gonna be like
yeah.
fleek.
Yeah, it's gonna mean Derevyanchenko's head is gonna be popping back and forth like boom. He's not moving his head, it's gonna be like snapping, boom, boom. Like you can see.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you think he might try to just stuff the jab and still, like, you know how you just tighten up, you put that foot down forward, and you kind of time the jab till you kind of hit, go there with your forehead and get under it?
I don't know. You think he's that fast enough to pull that shit off?
I don't think he's that.
I mean, you don't have to be necessarily fast. It's like your timing has to be, maybe you got to be a good mentally, like, quick. You don't necessarily have to be fast.
But because to me, I mean, timing though, man, you still need a little speed behind something like that, especially with a Triple G, because it's not like, I mean, if you fuck up your timing, you're going to you gotta get your equilibrium rocked hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like to even have a chance against Golovkin, I feel like you need a little bit of athleticism, in my opinion. And
yeah.
I don't think
and also he has to be willing to probably make it a little bit dirty. I wouldn't say dirty, but make it a little rougher Triple G. Like he has to find some way to get Triple G to expend some energy. I mean, Triple G, I mean, he's a solid inside fighter, but he's not a great inside fighter. He's solid, but he's not great.
Yeah, he's a mid-range operator.
Yeah. I don't like him on the inside. I think he's better mid-range.
Like, if Derevyanchenko got his chest to win, he's going to have to get inside and stay there enough. Like, get his head in chest, and go to work.
I would just sell out to the body. If I'm Derevyanchenko, I'm telling him, look, just go to Golovkin's body for the first 3-4 rounds.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Don't worry about no headshots. None of that. The only time you take a headshot is maybe if it's a double hook, like, you're going body head. Like,
yeah.
Other than that, I wouldn't even try to, I don't know what type of drills, they doing in training and shit, as far as dipping the head and working on that head movement somewhat, because you have basically a B-level pressure fighter going against an A-level pressure fighter.
Right.
And the A-level pressure fighter has, like, other attributes to enhance it, like the power, the experience, the strength,
the chin,
the techniques. So it's like, damn, like, and the B-level guy, he doesn't have, like P said, he doesn't have the athleticism, or at least the level of athleticism to give him some type of strategic leverage.
Right.
Against Golovkin. The only thing he really has for him is, I mean, he has good, solid power, and he's tough.
Yeah. And he does have youth on his side. I mean,
yeah, young and prime. And he's decent boxing wise. Like, he can pressure fight. He's not one of these guys who can only just swing at the air,
Yeah. I mean, if he can get Golovkin to respect his power, then that's a huge plus for him. Because really, that's what really, like, helped out Jacobs in that fight, is because Golovkin respected Jacobs' power. So I think you have to get his respect, and we'll see if Derevyanchenko can command that respect.
Yeah.
And if you can't get Golovkin respect, it's like a lot of dudes don't. I don't seem like dudes are in the type of shape or willing to get in the trenches and go to that body to try to stop Golovkin from, getting that second win he usually gets.
Right. I mean, even Canelo was the one. I mean, probably the one who went to his body the most, and even then, he
Still, Canelo got more tired.
Yeah.
No, actually, the funny thing is, I think in that instance, fucking Golovkin gave Canelo too much respect.
I think with that style matchup, Golovkin, he just really respects Canelo's counterpunching. Like, I agree with you. He does give Canelo too much respect as far as getting there at him. Damn, that's why I wish they fought like sooner. Wait till this nigga get older.
Shit, nigga, we all did. Like, we were all cool, but I mean, there was a whole. I mean, obviously the bullshit. You know, I mean, I thought, hey, you know, Canelo lifts the lineal belt and the WBC off Cotto, then Canelo wouldn't pull the chicken shit that Cotto did. That if he just did it and he magnified it.
Yeah, this little ginger kid, you know, that everybody said was so small for middleweight, is now going to be fighting at light heavyweight.
Right.
But I digress.
But needed some time. Middleweight, but I'm not a middleweight. You know,
yeah. I'm not a middleweight. You know, I'm too small. Nah.
Shit.
I'm like, man, see, ring. We be calling this shit, man. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, really, it's disgusting. And probably one day it might actually make a good documentary for someone to cover the whole fuckery behind it. But yeah, you know, obviously, like I said, you know, if had they fought a little earlier, it might have been a little different. Actually, it would have been different. Period. I wouldn't say a little bit.
I felt because, you know, aggressive fighters like that, presser fighters, we know their window is different from a guy who's like a boxer puncher, got a slicker style.
Yeah, you know, I mean, eventually over time, it's physiology, but they slow down over time. I mean, best example of that is probably like Joe Frazier. I mean, dude's the whole time great, but we had like 37 fights, you know, because his style was not conducive to long careers, you know.
And you see that a lot of times. Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I know he had more fights, but he couldn't give you that same same effort he gave you early in his career.
No, he couldn't, because he wasn't.
You know, Pacquiao's an exception.
Yeah, and even then, you're starting to see the slippage there in terms of his style, as he can't do it for 12 rounds like he used to do it.
Yeah, he doesn't have that damn. You know, when that killer, like, it's not that you. It's like, you know, that second gear that when you just gotta raise the intensity level.
Right.
And you know how that switch just goes off automatically?
Right.
I feel like that button gets harder to press when you're of that style as you get older.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I feel like if we would have got a better showing in 2016, but that's what it is. But back to P point, Golovkin does respect Canelo counterpunching too much.
Right.
And even then he still adjusted to it. It's like, you know, you got to bring the right tool to each fight, each job.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, there's some tools that no matter what the job is, if you bring it, it's gonna come in handy somehow. That's that world-class jab.
Yeah, the world-class jab. I mean, jab sets up everything. You know, if you don't have a jab, you don't have nothing. You know.
Well, I tell people that when I be training them and shit, when in doubt, jab it out.
Yeah. Simple as that, you know.
Offset something, do something, because a lot of people don't. We in an era in boxing now where that's the least respected punch.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, it's weird how that is. I mean, it's just like, I mean, yeah, I mean, you don't expect. I mean, obviously, it's not a knockout punch. Although for some people, it actually, you know, it is like, you know, like a Kovalev or something like that. You know, you know. But it's just like, yeah, all of a sudden, it's just like, oh, you know, it's not cool to jab somebody in the face repeatedly over and over again. Or, you know, make sure having them reset. You know,
but it's not even that. Like, you don't see. Like, across the board, like, if you was to look at the pound for pound list, like, you would almost have to go to the pound for pound list to see the best jabbers in the sport. Whereas 10, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, even more, you know, it's like you didn't have to be fucking top, pound for pound to have a great jab.
Right, even your journeyman, your sea levels had a jab.
That's what I'm saying. Like a dude, like, let me see. I would just start naming random people with decent, with good jabs. You said Oscar Larios had a good jab.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a name you don't hear often. Shit.
Yeah. No, you don't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all would be saying he Tommy Hearns now if he was boxing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bunch of. It's like when like Oscar and all of them was welterweights. You had Oscar had a good jab. Corte had a good jab. Trinidad had a good jab.
Corte had a great all-time jab.
Yeah.
Corte is probably the best jab I've ever seen in my boxing lifetime.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I think he may be top 3 for me.
I mean, his jab was godly, but all of a sudden now it's not cool to jab somebody in his face, and it's kind of weird too. I mean,
no, because you don't see effective jabs throughout the sport. Only really at the top level. Like go to each division. Who has a great jab or a very good jab? You start from fucking damn lightweight.
Mm-hmm. It's
Loman
not many. I mean,
who else has a great jab and lightweight?
I mean, Mikey Garcia has a good jab too.
Now he a welterweight now. and look, but we named 2 people off a pound for pound list. Who else?
I mean, Triple G, that's pretty much the thing that rounds it off.
Wait, are we just going like guys that have good jabs all across, like any weight, or?
Yeah, from lightweight. Who else from lightweight? Okay, junior welterweight.
I was gonna say, I think Devin Haney has a pretty good jab.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
I give you that. Yeah, hell yeah.
If he was still, you said welterweight. If he was still at welterweight, I would have said Kell Brook. Kell Brook has a really good jab.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised you actually agree with that. Like offhand, I thought you were about to go on the warpath, LB.
No. Well, one thing I say Brook he had athleticism, and he had a good ass jab.
Yeah, and it did help him in the Triple G fight for a little bit.
But he's limited though, Kell Brook. Like he has the jab, and outside of that, and like nothing else was effective. Like
the uppercut or some shit. Like
he had the uppercut, but he barely threw it.
Yeah, when you're fighting for your life, nigga got spooked, man.
Yeah.
With them big punches, when somebody's bigger and stronger than you takes your best shots, and they keep coming at you. And remember, Brook was hitting with good shots, but he ain't had that sharpness that Canelo has in his punches.
Right. And on top of that, he didn't really have the weight either. You're talking Triple G has faced good punches. Triple G has faced a lot of heavy punches. I
don't think Kell Brook hit harder than Curtis Stevens.
No, not at all.
Another guy with a good jab at middleweight is I like one thing. We can talk about his boxing skills overall and all that, his struggle fest fights. But the one thing I like is Big Charlo has a very good jab.
Yes, he does.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
and he displayed it at junior middleweight too. So
yeah.
I say both Charlos got a good jab.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Maul's I think is better.
Yeah, Jamal is sharper and like he's got that very sharp jab, and he uses it more than Jamel. Jamel is
he more patient with it. Jamel just wants to jab to knock you out. Like Maul kind of uses it to fight, get his offense off.
Yeah.
Dig himself out the hole.
Jamel uses it as a throwaway punch. So
I gotta do something. I just can't spam the right hand. I got 2 hands. Fuck. Okay, here I got this one in front of me. Okay, left. But it's not a knockout. That's how Lil Charlo fight Jamel. The diet Charlo.
Diet Charlo. But yeah, it's just like, I mean, the jab will make up everything in this Triple G Derevyanchenko fight. I mean, if Derevyanchenko can establish it, great. You know, it'll be interesting to see what he does with it. I mean, Triple G, we already know, is going to use it, and he's got to use it to his maximum effect. Now, in terms of, I mean, obviously, most of us, we're saying that, Derevyanchenko might just, he'll put up a fight, but will probably lose, most likely by KO. I think that's probably everyone's gut feeling, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, honestly, I think Golovkin, like 10 or 11th round, either somewhere in the 9th to 12th round, it'll be a KO.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Derevyanchenko surviving, but I could also see him getting knocked out. So, I mean, right. I could see a 10th round KO, a late KO.
If he survives, it's because he fought his ass off and it makes it a good fight.
I mean, Derevyanchenko's tough to me. I think he's a tough guy. Like, he's not.
Hell yeah.
He's not gonna falter early. He's not gonna, So.
And I wouldn't even try. If I was Golovkin, I wouldn't even try to push for the early knockout. I'll try to soften them up a bit.
Yeah, I mean, work for the knockout. Let it come like how they usually do. Now like another scenario too, and just let's just say scenarios for either fighter. Who should they win this fight? What do you think will be their next moves? I mean, obviously we can start with Triple G. Triple G wins. He becomes middleweight champion again. Where do you see him going in terms of progression, especially since we're like in the twilight of his actual career? Fucking piece, so stupid.
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like if the Canelo fight don't happen by May, they might just go a whole different direction. Like I don't think they really on it like that. Like I feel like it should be Charlo or Andre. I prefer Charlo because I feel like that's the better, like more. That could be the more entertaining fight. I feel like Canelo should get that Andre work.
Well, the one thing that I can tell you, when I was at the open workout, there was a guy, like, I could tell, like, when the subject of Canelo was brought up, because I was able to hear some conversations, you could tell that, like, Banks was very frustrated. Like, they want him, but they just don't think they don't think he's going to fight him. Like, so...
Yeah, Canelo has his idea. It was like, oh, get a belt first. Oh, I think I settled this fight. I know we touched upon this in the previous podcast. The fallout behind all of this, and DAZN being promised Triple G Canelo 3,
Golden Boy in Paradise episode.
Yeah. We touched upon that. I know that kind of fucked some.
Trouble in Paradise. What the fuck? I'm sorry, I just blurted it. The Golden Boy Trouble in Paradise episode. That's the name of it.
Yeah, that's that late night shit though, but that's all good. But we all we all know. So now it's just basically now both of them will probably be like, obviously the IBF has their mandatories, and the mandatories are not very appealing, for that matter. IBF ranks the weirdest people hot.
We all know what fight we want to see, though, man.
Right. Pretty much. It's pretty much. Canelo fight is everyone. Because, like I said, it still has Estelle's legs. They're both known. It could sell. And DAZN obviously wants it to drive their subscriber base up. And honestly, whatever.
It's gonna be the fight to make. Cause look, Golovkin get a KO. Canelo gonna KO Kovalev. Right. That makes it the perfect next fight to go. Both coming off of big performances, off of credible names. Like that would be the perfect time to make that fight. Like if you don't make it in May, it's like fuck off. Like honest to God, bro. Like if the boxing gods are lying, make Kovalev do the impossible and beat Canelo, and we just say forget it. Like that's the boxing karma or whatever.
Yeah, it would. It would. Yeah, but then you can see, because Canelo probably play games at 175. If he beats Kovalev, he was like, oh, but I'm not a light heavyweight. Yeah.
There's always gonna be some fuckery like that. That's the thing. It's like I feel like he's on some diva shit, like, but at the same time, it's like the other guys still need to get it on. I feel like, yeah, we had the whole Farmer Davis offer back and forth. Like, what's good with Andre and Charlo?
Right. Yeah,
like something.
Andre is more than ready for a big fight. Obviously, and of course there's Billy Joe Saunders, at 168 in the cut somewhere. That he's forever an option. Whether or not you can actually get him into the ring is another thing.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, like who he's supposed to be fighting now? Like,
they haven't announced his opponent yet, but apparently it's going to be an American opponent, which is going to be weird since the only American in the top 15 for WBO is Willie Monroe. And I sure as fuck don't want to see that fight again.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, because he'll literally get outstaged by the Logan Paul.
Literally. Yeah.
It'd be the worst look in his career.
Facts.
And you fought Willie Monroe again? Had a new division? Still went the distance? Still bored us? Like, man, give it up. Like,
yeah, it's gonna be some. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be. They said they want an American opponent, but like I said, I honestly hope Monroe isn't like the one. I'd rather them like to go outside for once. Like if you want to get like a bum or an American bum, so be it.
Let's score a bullshit KO, but then it's like the problem is he had a fight last we got the highlight video up on the YouTube channel with when he won the title.
Yeah.
So it's that guy wasn't, I don't want to call a guy a bum, but
he wasn't up to par.
He wasn't up to par, he was jobberish, but
yeah.
Yeah, I'm to be honest, we keeping it real.
Yeah.
And look, now he's gonna get another underwhelming ass fight, and it's like, why does boxing has to be hot and cold, like have hot and cold years, like back to back? Like if a division's good one year and it looked like it's about to hit another level or hit a peak or a pinnacle, the following year when you think certain shit gonna happen, it just fucks up and we get fights that no one want. We get bullshit performances. Right,
and then just like like middleweight. Yeah, middleweight for a good minute was holding shit down with quality fights. But after Canelo Triple G 2, that division has gone awry.
Yeah, it just went trash. Like you had decent fights, but you didn't have those fights that had that to it. Like.
Pretty much the most noteworthy thing at middleweight so far this year was Rob Brandt beating the shit out of Murata, or something like that. I think that's probably the last thing the rematch. Yeah. And then Jeff Horn getting KO at middleweight.
Middleweight has always been like hot and cold for the fucking longest, and now it's cold again. So
right.
Hot last year, just like heavyweights. Heavyweights was hot last year. This year,
but with middleweights, there's more players involved, like where it shouldn't be cold. Like there's no reason for it to be cold.
Facts,
I feel like heavyweights the same way. It's just people not matched up right.
Right.
That's what makes it so bad, because they're two popular divisions that were both hot last year, cold as fuck this year.
Yeah, nothing like the right fights aren't being made, and Triple G Derevyanchenko is probably outside of Jacobs Canelo is probably the best middleweight fight to be made this year.
And the only other significant middleweight fight that happened this year was Andre and Selecki.
Right.
Now compare these fights to the middleweight fights last year.
Exactly. Yeah, it's yeah, you know, it's kind of a problem. It's a problem within a problem.
Yeah. So it's like, come on, man. Like, niggas want to see the right fights. Like, if this is one of those years where shit is trying to just set up again to have a great 2020, it need to fucking happen.
Right. Because even a Canelo Triple G fight, unfortunately, will have an expiration date. And it's mostly because Golovkin he's not a spring chicken. He's not. You know, I mean,
and neither is Canelo. He's these struggle performances and
I've said for years though, because Mexicans who fight pro at 15 and with the amount of fights he had, they don't have long careers into their 30s. Fucking what was it? Morales, Ferreira, you know, they started in their teens and they were.
That's why I think he's moving up, so he don't have to train as hard to get down, you know, at 160.
Right. So I mean, it's gonna have an expiration date. It's either Canelo will finally, you know, a younger, stronger, you know, middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, whatever gets a hold of him, or Triple G himself, like I said, age gets the best of him, and you know he gets out hustled, or God forbid, you know, his chin starts eroding, and bam, he's getting wobbled around the ring. You know,
if Triple G struggles or has a life and death type of fight, even though he wins clean, or you know how we say he has one of those Eric Morales fights,
right?
I feel like Canelo might just say, "Fuck it, let me see if I can take him."
Right.
Or you know, more people going to be calling him out, because we know in boxing we got to see a guy, you know, look vulnerable before we're like, yeah, you know, let's get him.
Yeah, exactly. You know, no one wants to be the guy to, you know, to be like, okay, you know, this guy isn't really the good, you know, other fighters be like, okay, let's try him now. And then of course we have Derevyanchenko. Like, if he wins, like, where is he going? I mean, he doesn't have that type of. I mean, well, if he beats Triple G, his profile gets raised. Without now,
it'd have to be a great fight, and he'd probably want that Canelo fight or a rematch.
Oh, he's gonna, yeah. But he's definitely gonna want a Canelo fight, and most likely, and I think Canelo probably would give it to him for the notoriety. Like I mean, honestly, because we know Canelo has about 10 fights to fulfill in that big ass contract, and
then the same shit, and that might come back to haunt Canelo, because if he coming down from 175 to hit 160,
that contract is looking like a huge flop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
this is like. No, I'm not gonna say that. I was like, this is like fucking Papoose getting $1 million deal from Jive Records.
Canelo can fulfill that in probably 3.5 years. I mean, he'd have to fight 3 fights a year, but.
Yeah, but all the fights are gonna be trash. Like, do we really want Canelo? Look, Canelo can't come back down to 160 and not. Look, you either gotta fight Andre or Golovkin. Because look, if you don't fight Golovkin next, that fight done. So the only other name that we could be that we would even probably all agree on at 160, it would be Andre, where it's the most legit name.
Right, exactly. Because as long as Andre obviously keeps his belt and the zero, you know, it's still the fight that everyone will want to see. I mean, like I said, and then of course there's the Callum Smith at 168, you know, who's lurking, you know, who's still.
That would actually be a hell of a fight.
That would be.
Yeah.
But there's that. I can't see Canelo winning that fight at all.
That's a tough fight for him. I'm not gonna say I can't see him winning.
That's the worst matchup for him.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup.
Yeah,
I would not. Yeah, that's one fight. I'm even with all the scorecard fuckery, I'll put money on Callum Smith on that fight.
Yeah, and then like I said, I mean, but those are the choices right now. I mean, Derevyanchenko. Obviously, I don't see Derevyanchenko going up to 168. I mean, he'd get slaughtered. At this point, he'd probably get slaughtered. Going up to
some 154 cats might come up and put hands on him.
Exactly.
Shit, imagine Hurd and Derevyanchenko.
I mean, shit, Cocaine was a 154 cat and was been moved up.
It was hurting him too.
Exactly. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see what the trajectory is for both men. Whoever wins this belt, because like I said, I mean, the two middleweight belts are in. Well, excuse me, one of them are in Canelo's. The other one is on PBC, where that one is just languishing in virtual obscurity in terms of how the division is going. Well, Derevyanchenko fought on the PBC card. I mean, I could see him actually going back. I mean, he must have that. He must not be as politically tied. He has lose the belt, so I think he could probably jump on and off these platforms.
Yeah, so, Lou DiBella seems like he knows how to like maneuver his guys to like each of these networks and get the bag and and fight.
Right.
Yeah. Almost wish he had a bigger platform or a network or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that, but
I mean, them boxing after dark days were lit, man.
Yeah, no, I've heard like boxers.
I know he ain't perfect though.
No, because I know I've heard like boxers trash Lou DiBella, like say how much of a snake he is and shit like that. But hey, I guess that goes with the game.
Yeah, I mean,
because I understand where you're coming from with what the boxers say, but this is a show for the fans, and I'm a boxing fan, and the motherfucker who's gonna give me the better fights is who I'm gonna be a fan of.
Yeah, not fair.
If a random crackhead could somehow make damn Charlo Hurd happen, then I'm gonna be like, yo, that nigga might need a network or something. Shit.
Right.
Now some Ivy League damn lawyer or whatever the motherfucker from Harvard or some big name college, whatever the fuck. And with his big suitcase and his top hat and shit, and he can't make a fucking a decent fight. He can't make Tevin Farmer versus fucking Jojo Diaz or some shit like. You can't make Crawford and Porter fight or something like. Then yeah, like I'm gonna be like, well, like crackhead got got it lit over here. He got Charlo Hurd, man. Like, so it don't matter at that point. Like that. It's like, man, it's like everybody need to start knowing their lane. I feel like in the sport, like. Boxers, yeah, y'all gotta educate the whole, educate yourself and know what the whole game is and everything. But at the same time, your fucking biggest job is to see if you the best motherfucker out there.
Facts.
That should be your fucking focus. Not if you the goddamn A side, B side, CD, E side, nigga.
Right.
Not how many fucking seats you could put in a fucking boardroom with your boring ass fights.
Right.
So that's all I'm gonna say. And fans just need to see when these fights gonna happen and who you breaking down, who you picking to see. Not concerning yourself with who gonna get the fucking contract, who gonna get points on this, or who's gonna get the damn royalties or the damn chili dog sales or the back end money and.
AKA the team, like I said, because usually I don't know when I still don't understand when it was cool to actually talk about boxing, the boxing tea talk. I never understand how that became cool, all of a sudden to be spouting off when you're talking about a sport between two fighters, but that's just the old school nature. I mean, you don't see me learn. I didn't learn boxing from. Some old bullshit like.
Hold on, you didn't learn boxing from a retired manager or promoter? That's how these niggas be sounding now, man.
Right, exactly.
Like, most niggas get into boxing because of other boxers or, fighters, niggas in the neighborhood, a teacher, a firefighter, a cop, somebody, but.
Right.
And you get that whole blue collar vibe, that real down to earth shit, that Rocky vibe boxing. But the type of fans we got now, niggas sounding like they, motherfucking promoter put them on.
Right? Facts. You know, it's boxing today is strange. Boxers today are strange to me, you know. You know, so I mean, but it is good, at least with this fight. There's not a whole lot of that going on, you know. So it's literally just to see, okay, who's gonna win and what the next moves are, and that's kind of refreshing, you know.
Yeah, just box, you know.
Yeah, just box.
No bullshit, you know. This fight hasn't really even been buzzing like that. It's just it's a real good, solid fight, you know.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? I mean, who knows why it's not? I mean, honestly, if it was buzzing, I mean, Triple G is facing someone who's not, you know, a Steve Roll, so no, there are no jokes about it, you know.
Yeah.
It's just like, you know, they don't know what to tell, they don't know what to say, so it's like, he's fighting.
Yeah.
You know?
And then Spence and Porter is still kind of on everybody's mind. You know, that fight was so damn good. So
yeah, that's true. So I mean, hey, you know, if we have another week of a main event with a great fight, hey, it's a win for boxing overall. That's what counts.
Shit.
You know,
especially you know, if you ain't had to pay no pay-per-view price.
Yeah, right.
Shit. You get to see a top pound for pound elite fighter fighting a solid top 10 contender. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what? We're probably gonna have to touch upon that for another podcast about, you know, pay-per-views lately. I don't know if you want to do.
Yeah, if we do that, I'm gonna be on my soapbox ranting and raving. But so
we might do that sooner than later.
Be fair warned.
Yeah,
I might have to get y'all that later this week or something.
Yeah, exactly, because like I said, I mean that's if that's one thing that's been buzzing outside of Spence and Porter, it's pay-per-views, particularly from one particular promotional company. You know?
Man, you know what? Fuck it, just say it, nigga. Shit, man. Get into this shit right now. I feel it, nigga.
No, I'm not getting to it tonight though. But
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right,
like I said, I mean,
I'm gonna take the burner off the table. I thought you was about to get into the Wilder Ortiz beat up.
No. Like I said, no. We can get into that. Yeah,
all right. I'm putting it back up.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, we'll definitely get into that, touch upon that. But yeah, yes, we have a solid card, and the undercard, I wish they had built it up at least with a good co-main event, at least at minimum. But I mean, I guess we'll probably get some interesting fades, maybe. I mean, the co-main is like Ivan Baranchyk, fresh off his loss in the World Boxing Super Series tournament against Gabriel Bracero, who I'm surprised is still fighting. But
yeah, who's still fighting?
Wow.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. I mean, Baranchyk Bracero is very hot and cold. You just never know who's going to show up and do.
Yeah, mostly cold, but that's another story.
I mean, do ice somebody in one round, but then lose clearly to Paulie Malignaggi, a faded version at that. You know, and you know.
Next, we ain't even gotta go into.
And then after that, I mean, we have some of the people in this camp. You know, we have Israel Madrimov, who's the one who's really buzzing as a prospect. I saw one of his fights live, and I mentioned it before. And I even
he's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's great. I mean, he reminds people of a young Triple G, and you know, I was there when he iced some cat violently. You know what I mean? Dude was out for like 10-15 minutes, bro. It was scary. You know, and I mean, and like I said, ever since I saw that, I'm like, this cat might have something. So I've been following him, and then there's another one in his camp, Ali Akhmedov.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah, you know, they're good. I mean, you basically have pretty much the Triple G promotional prospects on this card.
Damn, this like Triple G X-Men or Avengers team or some shit. Like,
hey, I mean, Triple G promoting.
Got all his people fighting.
Hey, he's got good people in his camp. So I mean, I'm not knocking it.
Yeah. That one guy, first guy you mentioned,
Madrimov.
Madrimov.
Yeah,
he's solid. I like his fights. He could make a name for himself.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, they're not big fights, but I mean, at worst, I mean, they can't be that bad. I mean, we might see some entertaining fights.
Nah, I think we'll see some, you know, some solid fades.
Right.
It's just it's hard being a old school boxing fan in a new boxing land.
Facts. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're becoming a dinosaur in this age.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I'm used to seeing Saturday night cards being dope double headers. Like,
yeah, it's
You're asking for too much now.
it's a strange new world out there, man. It's a strange new world. And we can adjust somehow, but like I said, the trick is we have to balance the old school with the new school, and just like in music, just like I have to do in music, because there's a lot of music, just like there's a lot of shit today in music that just disgusts me, But what can you do? You gotta. And boxing is no different, man.
Get a decent card, you gotta have a pay-per-view.
Yeah. And that goes against, for something that people want to die. Sure as hell not doing that. But like I said, that could be talked about another time. Only because it's a little late right now, and
Okay, so real quick, what round y'all? Pat, what round you said you was knockout, Golovkin knockout coming in?
I'd say probably around 7 or 8.
P?
10.
9.
Yeah. So between 7 and 10 is where we think Triple G will lower the boom.
Hold on, damn, didn't I say 11? Yeah, I did say 11 earlier, right?
I think you said like 9 to 12. Either way.
Yeah. Okay.
Somebody said the 11th. Because I know somebody said the 11th.
Yeah, I did say. Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna say 11.
That's what it is. So between 7 and 11, Derevyanchenko will fall and go to heaven.
Oh man.
So yeah, like I said, it's a sleeper in terms of buzz, but it may end up being something. So and that's what we all hope that it does become something. So yay, Gennadiy Golovkin, Sergey Derevyanchenko, Saturday night live on DAZN.
You love saying that. DAZN.
Yeah, that stupid shit got me. What can I say?
Oh man.
But so that is, we come to the end of our show for tonight. We've laid do you guys have any final thoughts?
Bars and Boxing Legends Edition, Mike Tyson video out now.
Yes, that Mike Tyson video is flames. So you haven't seen
it is fire.
Show love, and subscribe, like, comment, 5 stars.
Share, tell your friends.
Yeah.
Post us on social media, all of that shit. Share.
Yeah, share it, man. It's meant for the world.
Sharing's caring.
Right. And it's flames. And P, you got any final thoughts?
You already know what it is. Ring Gang Radio all day, all night, forever, every day. Follow, subscribe to everything, and I got pictures coming your way from the open workout, and so also I'll have some pictures for the weigh-in on Friday, so definitely be on the lookout for those. Got a whole bunch of stuff coming your way.
Yes.
That's what it is. And of course, with myself, article's still in the process, where I'm about halfway done, and also I am done recording my Sergey Derevyanchenko prediction video, so I'd probably be ready by give or take tomorrow or so, as I convert it to MP4s and all that. Enjoy the rhyme. LB has heard it. LB is like, oh, you got that Jurassic World flow. I'm like
that Curtis Blow, that old school ass flow.
Yeah, but I was using the old school ass beat.
True. You was killing it. You was riding the beat. I feel you.
I had to, but like I said, hip hop. I take the old and new. Last beat I rhymed over, one of these little knucklehead beats or whatever. Now I had to take it back. Back in the days when niggas was wearing British Knights and Calvin,
Oh God,
y'all, this nigga. Damn, I gotta put out a I'll be coming out with some more boxing artwork soon, because I feel like if I don't, Pat might start drawing and shit. So
yeah.
So Sean
Sergey
Porter
Stroud.
versus Errol Spence artwork coming soon. Follow me on Instagram on the Soul Wars, and you can see the little draft. I just got to get back to it, nigga. Busy. You know what I mean,
Yeah, you know, because Ring Gang, man, like I said, shit's growing. So, you know, we're all, I mean, not just for, you know, personal lives, you know, but, you know, with Ring Gang, you know, there's a lot of shit going on, and that's how it should be, you know. We work hard just to bring you the best content that we possibly can, you know. So, like I said, you know, when you see it, appreciate it. Subscribe, share, like, 5-star, all that shit, you know, just do that, man, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, we put a lot of work into it, and, you know, it'd be nice just to, you know, just see appreciation for it every now and then, you know what I mean? So, yeah, you won't be disappointed. That's all I gotta say about that. So yeah, for myself, Patscorpio, the New England representative, from my man Shutterworth da Gawd, LB, GOAT artist, for King P, Bodega P. You know, this has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. And, yeah, until next time, peace.